Hey everybody, Scott Caldwell with you once again, and just giving you a review of the week and kind of preview for next week and a few things with that. First of all, I want to touch base on the Easy Facilities and the billing and the app that's going on with that. We know there's been some struggles. We're trying to figure that out. We know that on our end, I literally am unable to double bill anybody for that. So somewhere on the other end, it's flipping things around, but where it's showing that happening doesn't make sense for that. So we continue to work with the company and try and get them to figure out what exactly is happening in that. And we appreciate your patience for that. We know it can be frustrating. We're trying to get those fixed as quickly as we can. We appreciate when you let us know about that so we know that there's struggles and issues and we can take care of that for you. So this past week, the Girl Scouts finished up their series of visits with us, and we so appreciate them taking time to come here and spend time with the young ladies and talking to them about that. We'll remind you that there's information at the front desk, or excuse me, at the manager's desk for that they are generously offering a free 18-month membership for any girl that's been through Summer Discovery and been through that program. And that's been a really cool thing, a really great opportunity they're providing. They're not requiring that you go to a certain number of meetings or anything like that, but you are able to participate in activities that they do. So I would encourage you to look into taking advantage of that. We'll have more information from them coming soon, but you can check the page that we've got there, the paper on there, right by the check-in, sign-in, sign-out paper. Find out more about them. Okay? Something really cool that happened this last week, and I put it on Team Reach, but I want to just brag about the kids. Again, our bus driver had another commitment and messed up their time of getting back to us, and so we had to wait a little bit longer at the movie theater. And so we waited inside, let everybody else get cleared out, and the staff did just such a great job of keeping track of the kids and keeping them in there and keeping them quiet and entertained at the same time. We got everybody kind of out of the rest of the movie theater. We took them out, did a restroom break, and they just kind of sat in the back hallway. And they talked amongst themselves and just kind of hung out there while we waited on the bus. And really, I had gone out to the front and was talking to the manager about what was going on, and they knew we were there, but they didn't hear the kids, and they kind of didn't know we were there. And they thought that was really impressive of how your kids were acting. And so we just greatly appreciate that the managers and the staff, the counselors, really didn't have to do this big extra effort to keep them quiet and get them to behave. Just like, all right, guys, we're going to chill out. We're going to hang here for a few. And they went, okay. And they did it. So thank you so much for how well those kids are behaving in times like that. We really appreciate it. It makes it a whole lot easier for us to handle things and to troubleshoot with things and to get those taken care of. Next week, just a few things. I put it into Team Reach in the announcement, but just another reminder that on 4th of July, that's Thursday, we will be closed. Nobody will be here. Then on July the 5th, we are open that day, and we are going to be leaving at 11:30, and we've got buses. They're going to take kids up to the Muncie Children's Museum. Again, that, because of donation through Reed, is helping to cover the cost of the entry for that. So there's going to be no cost to be able to go there. We will have information coming out next week for sign-ups and permission forms and all that. They'll be coming next week. We didn't want to get a lot of crossover and spend too much time between handing it out and when they needed to come back. But that'll come out next week for everybody. The big thing to understand, though, is on that Friday at 11:30, everybody that's here, campers, counselors, managers, we are all getting on the bus, and we are all going to Muncie, and we will all be back 4:30, 5 o'clock in there, in that range. We'll definitely be back by 5 o'clock. We know that. Okay? But we need all the staff to help and keep an eye on the kids there. That means that nobody will be here. So 11:30, everybody's getting on the bus. So please, if you've got a schedule conflict with that, figure out something to do, because we need everybody with us, and nobody's going to be here at the building to be able to leave anybody behind or to catch anybody who comes in late or anything with that. We'll be sending out lots of reminders next week for that, lots of reminders for it, but just to give you a heads up and be prepared for that as well. We're also excited that next week the fire department's going to be coming in on Tuesday and not only talk about what they do, but talk about fireworks safety as well right before 4th of July. That's something that's been going on for a few years, and we really appreciate that partnership with the fire department and their help to keep the community safe and educate the kids with that. In addition, next week we're going to be starting a series of visits from Roots and a STEM program, presentation stuff that they do and activities for the kids, and they wanted to come in and do that, and that's a pretty awesome thing as well. The last little bit is just kind of a reminder, I guess you could say, that I had a chance to growl at the kids, to be honest. That really is what it was today. We see this every year. It's usually right around the end of June, right around this time. We've been in here for several weeks. The kids start to feel comfortable and they start to push the limits of where things are allowed. And so we've had to give them several reminders. And so my crackdown on them today was, remember to be nice, to listen, and obey. Our counselors have been doing a phenomenal job working with these kids and reminding them of that and dealing with minor discipline issues from that. We had a few major, but basically it's just little minor things of that and reminders of those. But I've also told the kids that at some point, if they do enough, it comes to me. And I'm that next level in there for that. So just encourage them to continue to do that again. If there's been a major issue, we have reached out to the parents. So if you're wondering if your kid is one of those, if we haven't heard from us, that hasn't been an issue. Okay? And so taking care of that. But just that's where we're at. Just a reminder and encouragement to your kid. Remind them, make sure that they're listening to the counselors, that they're quiet when they're supposed to be there, being respectful. When we have guests in, they're saying please and thank you for that. And overall, we do a really good job with that. Your kids do a great job with that overall. But there are those moments, right? I mean, I'm a parent of 4. I understand we have those moments with our kids. So, again, that's it. That's been a little bit about this past week, what we got coming up next week. Looking forward to it. Again, thank you so much for trusting us to take care of your kids this summer. We don't take that for granted. It means a lot to us that you trust us with that, and we're trying to do everything we can to take care of them, to keep them active and involved with things and help them to learn and grow, to be a part of the Connersville community. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day and the weekend.